new investigation from LAist and the LA Local found that hundreds of unhoused people in LA have been killed by gun violence over the past decade. In fact, shootings are now the leading cause of homicide among this population.
And joining us now is LAist Investigative reporting senior editor Jared Bennett, one of the authors behind this investigation. Jared, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so the LAPD was reporting the number of unhoused people who were being killed by shootings. What made you guys even look into this and question that number?
Yeah, what happened was two freelance reporters, Aja Anning and Alon Stevens, approached me with the data that they had looked at that kind of showed overall that these shootings were on the rise. Mm-hmm. That was an interesting finding in and of itself, but then when we dove deeper into the data, kind of looked at some of the other data fields that LAPD had collected, we figured that and thought there would be a deeper story here, something worth looking into.
Yeah, for sure. Jared, now one of the most shocking findings is that shootings are now the leading cause of homicide among unhoused people. Can you break down the data for us?
Yeah, well, the gun violence among the unhoused population has been increasing over the past 10 years. You know, with our analysis, the first year we looked at was 2014, and actually the official LAPD data shows zero.
Right.
Homicides using a gun among the unhoused population. And then it kind of climbs steadily from there. It peaks sort of in 2022. And then as homicides are declining in the city the past 2 years, this number has stayed kind of persistently high.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you looked at the LAPD's numbers. You guys found they were undercounting. How did you figure that out and realize that all the deaths weren't being accounted for? And how much were they undercounting by?
Yeah, so actually one of the things we found is that there's really just not great data collection on this across the board. But LAPD's data, we compared that to data from the county medical examiner, and we found over 2 years about 24 cases that weren't reported by LAPD, but were in the medical examiner data.
Okay.
So, and you know, there's a lot of reasons for this. LAPD's data entry system is sort of relies on what the officer sees at the scene and what they know. And then when we spoke to the medical examiner, they said that even their numbers were probably an undercount. They said there's about 20% of cases in the city that they're just not going to touch and that aren't going to be in their data. So, you know, the truth is we found one number, which was 278 homicides by gun violence in the unhoused population since 2015. And, you know, based on what we hear from LAPD and the county medical examiner, that the actual number is probably significantly higher.
Yeah. Jared, I think this begs the question, what are some of the factors driving this violence against the unhoused residents? And my question here is, who is perpetrating this violence? Is it the unhoused versus the unhoused? Are outsiders coming in? What's going on here?
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting initial findings, was that, you know, the data that we looked at, it's sort of rare in the country that it collected the housing status of both the victim and the shooter, well, suspected shooter, in the cases where they have a suspect and they clear the investigation by an arrest. And in those cases, which is a smaller percentage of cases for the unhoused population, when there is a homicide, police are less likely to solve it for a whole bunch of factors. But when there is, one thing we found is the data sort of almost overwhelmingly shows that the suspected shooter was more often than not housed themselves. And so there's no one factor behind these shootings. We found a lot of contributing factors, drug use, gang violence, just normal disagreements. But one sort of interesting finding that stuck out to us from both the data and looking through court records and speaking to some sources was that sort of resentment against the unhoused has been increasing as this problem has become more visible, as it's been persistent despite, you know, spending hundreds of millions of dollars on the problem. People sort of have vented frustration on social media or in real life, and then in its sort of most extreme form, that has led to violence against the unhoused population. And that's what we found in our investigation and what the data sort of shows out.
Interesting. Well, you guys have some really interesting findings here. I know the article is almost 30 pages, so we're going to tell everyone to check it out. Jared, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for
having me. To read that
me.
entire article, which you guys should, head to LAist. We'll put the link on our website at cbsla.com/sceneontv.